Get him, lads. Oh, that's more like it. So, into them. Let's clear this. Let's clear it, lads. Oh, the field marshal is having a field day. Oh, look at that. Absolutely eviscerated. Greetings and welcome to episode 87 of my Empire Total War Darth Mod Great Britain campaign. And this, my friends, how it last time, of course, we've had some terrific fights here along the Polish front line. It's been a brutal campaign, it really has. We're up against an absolute titan, a behemoth here, we really are. But we are, my friends, and have done a massive amount of damage here to the Poles. But as you can see, their empire is still vast. It still stretches from Western Europe all the way to Eastern Europe. I mean, deep here into what was Russian territory, all the way to the Crimea. It's a massive empire, to Minsk even here. It's a massive empire, it really is, even all the way to the Mediterranean. So we cannot fool ourselves here that things are and have been beaten, because they haven't. They've clearly got the capacity here to absolutely produce massive amounts of armies, but we have given them an absolute sound thrashing where we have focused our energies, focused our forces. Remember, we're fighting here on a very narrow front. We've had to really focus our effort, our military campaign here in a very targeted, laser-like approach here, where we can sort of condense and maximize our forces we have at one particular point to use them at maximum capacity, so we can effectively overwhelm the Poles, not only with the quality of our troops, but also the leadership of our troops. It's been absolutely wonderful. The council has once again come up with some wonderful plans and wonderful ideas, and indeed many of the council members on fighting here in the campaign have done a wonder. They really have. We've got Field Marshal Lunuk, we've got General Charles, we've got so many wonderful generals here, really fighting here. General Bruce. Now, this army, as you can see, really has taken a thrashing. This has got to be replenished and repaired. It really has. This army's taken a sound beating there. We've got another army here, which was the defenders here of Strasbourg. Did a wonderful job. Remember, destroying in excess of 12,500 Polish troops. We have eliminated roughly 3 to 4 complete Polish army groups. Now that's at least 20,000 Polish troops have been eliminated, for the loss, sadly, of just over 5,000 British troops. Now that, even if you are the size of Poland, they are losses you cannot keep taking. You just simply cannot. Now we have, as you can see here, we're able, as I said before, to really sort of put all of our power in a very small, compact area. That's why we've been able to beat the Poles locally. Now, we don't have the power just yet to sort of have 3 or 4 army groups just sort of rampaging around here trying to take everything. We don't have that. We've got to straighten this line. We've straightened the line here. Taking Stuttgart, which is a real prize, it really has effectively straightened the line here for us. This gives us the ability here to push in here and sort of really start to threaten, as you can see here, start to threaten Munich, which is the principal production centre here for the Poles, the last production centre in the west, apart from Berlin, which is another key goal of ours, but that's going to be heavily defended there. Look at that, just waiting in the wings here. Some very powerful troops, very, very powerful, including National Cavalry, which I have never seen before. They look incredible. Look at the charge on that, 26, that's an absolute beast, sir. An absolute monster of a regiment, it really is. I've never seen that before. The 20th Lancers, they would be absolutely brutal. Look at the Uhlans, they're 25, so you can imagine what these gentlemen will do. And the Winged Hussars, my goodness me. But we've got to maintain our focus, you know. The council is saying, Matter, keep your momentum going. You've got to keep moving against the Poles, don't give them a second to breathe. Now, we have a lot of clearing up to here, which I think we will do. We've got this force here, which as you can see has got a lot of cannon in it. Huge amount. But we did pull away these forces away from the fight here. The Poles tried to engage us here when we weren't ready. So we had to pull these forces back. But look at this here. This force is absolutely primed here under General Chris Zawodski here to take the fight against this Polish. We've got to clear this entire region here of the Poles so we can effectively move down here and surround Munich so they can't move against us here. And you can see we've got the United States now, which has Dresden, so we're able to move in and out of this at whim, which is absolutely excellent. We've got to remove these forces, which we will do. And this force, I think, will be our next target here. We can't do it just yet. However, we also got a Spanish force here and a Polish force here, so just skirting here on the outskirts here of France. We've also got a very powerful force here, not really a lot of cavalry here of Spanish force. Another Spanish force here as well. That's a packing much more of a punch. Again, quite clearly heading here for Paris, for France. But look at the ambush we've set up here. An army group sat waiting, sir.
Yes. Sir.
Now this army is going to be, as you can see here, brought into full capacity here with some regular and also some additional artillery. These two forces are absolutely brimming, sir, with the elite.
Sir,
Look at that.
ready for order.
We've got to be careful. We've got the river here, so we've got to be careful here. We don't get caught on the hop. This force will move, but they've also got to broach this river here. They'll probably use the Dijon road, the Dijon-Paris road here to move along. We've also got this force here, but the road here ends in Clermont. So they're going to have to make their way through this sort of rocky terrain here. And there's the sort of the start, the mouth of the river, as it were, moving along here into sort of the Bay of Biscay. Hopefully these river networks here will sort of slow them down, give us a chance to move it. Might just move our force here so that we can be prepared to punch in here. We'll move this force in here as well, secondary force, because even though we think, man, that's quite a lot to be moving in against these forces here, there's another option here we have, and that's to move in against the Spanish down here. As you can see, we've got spies here, we've got gentlemen here keeping a firm eye on the movements here. There's not very much in Madrid, as you can see. There's nothing on the border. Most of these troops have come from northern Italy here. Now, we could also move these forces down and start attacking. Through here, we can move through Marseille, and then also into sort of Nice here, and then across through the land here to Porto, and into Turin, starting to hit them here from the north. Now, of course, as you can see, let's open up this trade node here. 2009, let's do that there. And also, I believe we've got, yes indeed, sir, here. Let's get our economy at full capacity here. I believe we've also got this pleasure gardens here, and also just... Now, that was said that we need a rake here, so we might make this a rake here, this classical university here in Heidelberg. The council have gained wonderful, wonderful advice and suggestions. It really is absolutely fantastic. The council, in fact, are the absolute backbone here. The council are the ones that have pushed this campaign. The only reason the campaign is this advanced now for Britain, from what was, we were locked here within the Istan Romalia area here. We had nothing. We had no hope. The council said, "Man, move across, move in, and try and take Paris here, take France." And look where we are now. This is all the council's doing. It's been an absolute wonder. But we've got a lot here on our plate. A huge lot on our plate here. Because we've got General Din here fighting.
Your Majesty.
And we really are
Sir.
up against it here. Let's
Your
not
Majesty.
beat around the bush here. Got General Sentry Bat here as well.
Ready for orders.
Look at this army here as well. Now this army here, if I'm not mistaken, we do have Egypt here, which
Yes, my lord.
General Awesomeness here as well. This army here really needs to be freed
Yes,
up.
sir. Make ready. Ready and awaiting orders.
I'd like to try and free this up for operations, so I might free the General Awesomeness here, and we might move this army in here to hold Cairo and add some more recruits to it, just to make sure we've got this held here. Because remember, it's a fully fortified city here. We've got dragoons. But I think what we will do, so have some additional. We'll also put in some artillery, which has been an absolute wonder. I'll put 4-inch mortar because they've proved their worth over and over again. In that last battle where we destroyed nearly 12,500 Polish troops in a similar vein. What we'll free up this force here. So what we're going to do is we're going to move this force out.
Forwards. Ready and waiting, Majesty. Country.
And we're going to send them to Naples. We're going to reinforce Naples. Now, will this make it to Naples? Oh, no, it won't. It won't make it. Can we detach an arm? We could. We could detach this. The cities here. Got to get this force over to Naples. The Ceres will be moved to here. Hopefully it'll be able to make it back into Naples. Oh, it won't. I don't believe it. Oh, it will. I beg your pardon. I misread that then.
Your orders, Your Majesty. Troops. Any further orders? Forward. Up.
We've got to take every single. I promised General Bishamonton, who is actually the defender of this army here. This army here, as you can see here,
Yes, sir.
this army here is General
Yes.
Bishamonton's. We've actually haven't. His promotion came through, but we haven't been able to move. But this is General Bishamonton's army here.
Yes, sir.
If I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken there. Got General Charles here.
Ready for orders.
I know we've got quite a few armies here.
Your
Some of
Majesty.
them have seen a lot of campaigning. They really, really have. I know we've got General Awesome as well moving in. So we're going to have two of our finest council members. Can we reach? Can we reach? We can. We've just got to do this. We've got to throw as much as we can here. We can't let Poland all.
Still shipshape.
Yes, sir.
Shipshape and Bristol fashion.
Now let's have him joining this here. See, we've got the Mediterranean here. They won't move against us just yet here. We've got a very powerful. Look at that. That fleet will be no match for us at all. Neither that fleet, and they know it. This fleet here is an absolute boom.
Fleet ready.
We can't.
Ship's orders. Your Majesty.
So this force now will be reinforced by these here. We'll make this Cairo an impenetrable fortress. We've got that there, but this fight here, we've got to take this fight. Look at this. We've now really reinforced this. If they want this, my goodness me, it's going to cost them dear.
Yes, sir. Your orders, Your Majesty. Lord? Yes.
General Senshi Bat here, another wonderful council member. Got General Din. Now, do we go in for the fight here? That's, oh my goodness me, that's a brutish force. Well, we can't sit here because what's happening is they're going to continue reinforcing. Oh, good grief. They can maul us here. They've got no defences either around here. We've got 2 Polish armies sitting behind us here. How they got in, I'm not sure, but that's going to be an absolute menace to us. But we've got to really give the Spanish a damn good thrashing here. I think what we will also do is we'll move. Actually, I think we might wait one more turn here, just so we can move these forces. I'd like to try and position these forces. I'd like General Bishamonton and General Awesome to move in together here. Really be the pincer, the sort of this tip of the spear here to drive the Spanish out of here. Rome is going to be our ultimate goal. We can't take it with one army. If we can defend and throw back this force here, then wait for the Poles to strike, which they will, of course. Can you recruit militia as well? So that's going to be a long haul here. This fight's going to be a long. We're using Cairo as our only main way to sort of stabilise it here. I might just end this turn here. I've also got to remove this force from here.
Your Majesty.
We might just move these. I think we'll go for here. Let's clear them out. Look at that. I think we can just sort that out. There. Yep. Yes. It's more like it.
Your Majesty.
Right, they can replenish and repair.
Yes.
Got this here as well. Do we have this army down here doing the similar? We do. What about this force here? No, we don't. Why is it not replenishing, repairing? Because it's going to be a force we're going to have to reconstitute. We have here the Competent General and the Competent General here. So that's excellent. So we've cleared this approach here. All we need now is to remove this force here, which we will do. Not with these. Look at that. They've taken an absolute thrashing here, trying to hold Hanover. Now we can start to move. Now we can start to gather here in Coburg. Oh, Mel, the Greeks, of course. We're just going to start moving in now, positioning our forces. This army is ready as well, so we're going to have a very, very powerful group now, starting to put the pressure here on Munich, starting to gather around it. As soon as we get these forces up and running here as well. Oh, look at that. We can actually get line infantry from here as well. That's excellent, Strasbourg. Oh, look. Swiss line infantry here from Stuttgart. I beg your pardon, sir. And we can... Oh, would you look at that? That's a joy to see. We'll be also recruiting from here as well then. That is a given. We should move these 2 armies in. That's an incredibly powerful force then moving against Munich. If we can destroy the outer defences, although it leaves a massive gap here between the line, we've got these forces in to deal with it. We've got a sort of a 2 roving armies then to sort of plug the gap. Right, but I think we're going to take the fight here in Naples. No, we're not. Oh, we'll just end the turn here, I think, and just see what they do here. We'll lose a few more troops here in Naples, but I'd rather have one of the forces reinforcing move against the Spanish, because they're more... I think they're better equipped to deal with the Spanish forces that are against us, especially here. Look at this. It's a wonderful force here. Especially these Royal Cairo infantry. Look at the morale of those. They are a wonder. That morale is incredibly high. Right, let's end the turn, my friends. Let's just see what happens here. I know we've also called from General Couch that we start eliminating the force here, particularly here in Bristol, and also moving this force here from the English Channel, which we are going to do. We're going to do that at the end of the episode here, so we'll have a naval battle at the sort of beginning of the next episode. And we are going to clear this out here. Also recommending we move into the Baltic here to try and start to really hit them here. Look at Spain's income here is massive, but also we've got a problem here. Sweden, as you can see, has got a Russian army here, and there's also a Russian army here. Now, if Russia take Stockholm and Copenhagen, that's going to pose a problem, because we're then going to have pressure possibly here on the sort of the Danish Straits here. That's going to be a real problem for us. But let's deal with that when we have to. Let's end the turn and let's just see what happens here. What will Spain do? Will they move more forces in? Ah, they've reinforced Madrid here. Now wait a minute. They're moving more forces in here. Oh, what? Wait a minute. Is that a revolution?
Withdraw! Withdraw!
Hang on. Why were two Spanish forces attacking each other? Here we go. Here they go. They're going for France. They've pulled back from Naples. Look at those forces here. What will Poland do? Why were the two Spanish forces fighting each other? Has there been a possible revolution attempt there? A change of government, perhaps? Look at all the forces they're sending now. Look at all this reinforcement. You can tell that Poland have really been set back on the back foot there. We can't allow them a respite, sir. Yeah, they're going to reinforce Munich massively now. They know what's coming.
Enemy sail spotted!
Here we go. What are they going to go?
On deck!
Oh, that's okay. That's not too bad. Alright, now we're going to lose a lot of sloops, but we can retreat. No, we can't.
Disengage!
It looks like they're working together. Ah, they're gonna. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Something's in the offing here. They can't move against this English Channel fleet. There's no chance. They would get absolutely crushed. They know then the British naval there together is an absolute monster. That was going to be our sort of our hunting pack, as it were, hunting down individual Polish fleets, which we might start to do here, is put some pressure on them and the naval forces, start to drive them away from the British shores. I think the first thing to do is to clear Bristol. That's the first thing to do. My goodness me, they've got a massive amount of troops to move around. It's extraordinary. Russia, what are they going to do now? I have no idea what Russia are up to, but it seems a lot of individual units moving back and forth here. Oh, look at that army there. That's a monstrous army there. Can only hope that Sweden can hold its own here. I can't quite fathom out what Russia is doing with those forces. It's an unusual policy, but we're just going to leave them to their own devices as long as they're not bothering us. I don't really care what they're doing at the moment, but we got to be observant, just in case they start to move against us here. That's a ridiculous amount of individual units. I have no idea what Russia is doing here. Oh my goodness me, they're not going to move every single unit from there to here. Surely not. It looks like it's going to happen. If any of the council, anyone could fathom out what's going on here with Russia, please let me know. Have you seen this before? The only time I've ever seen this before is with the Ottoman Empire. What if they were to put these together? They would have such a powerful force. I still can't fathom it out. That's extraordinary. What are they doing? Sweden. What will Sweden do? Nothing. Louisiana, New Spain. Poland, United States. What United States are moving? We move against Canada. Oh, look at this here. There's a battle going on there. Here, look at this. Is it Quebec attacking the US? Pirates. Ah. Now that is useful there indeed. We knew that was coming.
Yes, sir. Sir. Lord? Yes,
That's more like it. Two cannon. I think we'll move against
Make ready.
this force and this force.
Yes, my lord.
Wittenberg, that's fine. Coaching in. The council requested a coaching in. That's fine. Oh, yeah, we knew that was. That's a real menace there. Well, I wouldn't worry about that just too much. We'll soon have this area under control. Ah. We won't invest in this just yet because, but they've lifted the siege. I think we bring this army up to full capacity, and now we can start to really.
Yes, sir.
Put this army here,
Onwards!
and
Lord,
this army here.
you ask too much.
Ask too much, sir. Here.
Men, forward!
Now we've got this. Now we've got a good army group here, waiting, sitting, waiting now.
Yes. Lord,
That's more like it. That's more like it. Naples is now completely secure for now. We could move against it. We got a Spanish force behind us here. We've got to be very, very careful we don't get hit. So what we might do is move this force.
sir. Your orders?
We move this force out.
Make ready.
Imagine they're dug in here. So
Your Majesty. Your Majesty.
we'll leave it as it is for the moment. This army's coming together quite nicely here now. I think we'll get some additional. Do we have any cavalry? I think some cavalry wouldn't go amiss either, just to be able to strike out against them. Some more additional troops. We've got to make sure that Cairo is completely sealed off here. Let's find there. We've got 32,000 coming in here. We've got 42,000 here. We're going to get some more additional naval units. We're going to build our navy up to be very, very strong here. Right, what are we missing here?
Ready.
Oh, this fleet here can definitely do with another. I can't make it because of this. We've got to clear this fleet here. We will do. Yes, we will. We'll get one here. Oh, HMS Royal Sovereign. We'll have that for definite there. That's excellent. So I build our fleet again there. That's fine. And that's excellent. We can send this gentleman out to here. Look at this. Look at all these that have been damaged here.
Going to ground.
We're going to have to move against them for definite. But I think our first goal must be to clear this
Yes.
area here. It's not going to be ready for a long time, that army there. But this army is ready to move, and so is this one
Yes,
here. Actually, we'll pull this army back from this bulk, because they can be cut off here. But look at the Berlin here. So pull them back here to reinforce.
Sir.
How's this army doing here?
Sir. Your orders?
Almost complete here. Back to full strength. This army's going to take a what? Look at that, down to 18, 17 men. My goodness me. That's good. I think we might have to remove these Spanish forces here and give them the sound fashion. But I think what we need to do is completely clear
Yes, my lord.
this Polish force from there, and also remove the threat, I think, from Paris. Send a message to the Spanish that they are not going to be able to move against us like that. That's not going to happen in a hurry, believe me. Now, looks like they've got that back there, which is good. And that's still Russian control there, though. Look at that. They've got Karelia back here, but they've lost Archangel. Hopefully the Swedes can hold on. I think we've got to send a message to Spain here. I think we're going to send this message with this force here, General Lincoln's force.
Ready and awaiting
Got General
orders.
Faramir as well. I think we'll send General Faramir just to the force here in Orleans, and then General Lincoln to the Dijon.
Your orders,
I think we'll
Your
send
Majesty.
General Faramir here to teach him Spanish a lesson. One of our finest council members. Let's send General Faramir here into moving. That's it, sir. Take this fight. Let's show them what we're made of. Let's not give them any quarter. We're going to completely remove the Spanish influence here in France. We're actually going to move those two forces down to the Spanish border. We might even move into northern Italy, I think, with those forces. Give them a taste of their own medicine here. And move down. We can also support the bad garrison at Naples. Oh, they're so... Look at General Faramir's force, sir. It's exceptional. Look at it. Oh, look at that. Where are you, sir? Now, look at this. This is... Oh, my goodness me, look at that. Look at it. Oh, what a joy. Look at that. Robridge Grenadier Guards, sir. Now, we've got an incredible force arrayed in front of us here. Some absolutely top-notch British units here. Now, if you look at the size of our deployment zone, is huge, and the topography is, shall we say, flat. Some undulation here and there, but nothing too. I think we've definitely got to stay away from this sort of hamlet here, this village. That's always a dangerous area, but we could always put, because we've cut the road here. This is the main road. The main highway here leading into Paris. You can probably see in the distance there. That's Paris. Right in the distance over there is Paris. We've cut this road here so they can't access the road here to Paris. I think we might use some of our cavalry because our deployment zone is huge. We might use some of our cavalry here to... Got 2 regiments of cavalry which I think we'll put together here. Which will move onto this flank here on this extreme left flank. Oh, look at that. We've also got British Marine knock volley. I mean, look at that. I mean, oh, it's a wonder. Look at it. Effectively, beefeaters. That's a wonder. Now, we've got plenty of cannon as well, which I think we'll also insert into the line. We're not going to give them any respite here at all. British Fusiliers. They're hidden as well. I think we'll be up front here and not give them an absolute moment's respite.
Yes, sir. Artillery reporting. Following orders. Order. Yes, General and
Let's put General Faramir here for the moment. Oh, it's a wonder to see General Faramir, an absolute wonderful council member, and a wonderful general as well.
Yes, sir.
Oh, look at that. Right on the road there, sir. I'm going to give them an absolute thrashing here, I can promise you. I'm going to insert these into the defensive line. Now, I think we do need a good strike force here. I think we'll have these 3 British regiments here. Fusiliers. And also, I think we'll have... Yeah, I think we'll have the Grenadiers and the Fusiliers moving in together. I think we'll strike them on the right flank here. So these gentlemen here are going to hit from the right flank. And I think to that end we might bring the cavalry here to support. I think having a good cavalry infantry mix here, moving together in sort of that strike force is always a wonder. Look at that, look at it, look at that. That didn't bring a tear to your eye, nothing will, sir. Now, let's get our defences. We'll use the Royal, or the Scottish Line Infantry as our sort of main defensive line. Let's pull them back here. Let's do this by the numbers. We'll have these gentlemen here. That's a wonder. Right. Now we're going to put our 24-pounder artillery here. Gentlemen. Cute. That's more like it. much more like it. Regiment here. The Scottish line of infantry anchoring the sort of defence. We'll have another here as well. Oh, look at that, that's a wonder. And then another line of infantry here, Scottish regiment here. Gentlemen, oh look at this. We're also trying to follow the sort of the line here of the topography here of the land. General Faramir here. The Scottish line infantry, we're going to really batten down the hatches here. Just going to slightly anchor, gentlemen, please. Thank you. Now the focusing riflemen, I think we'll put out in the forest here. What a wonder, they'll be out here. We'll set a trap here. Put on light infantry. Put on skirmish mode. We don't want them sitting there for too long, but just a skirmish, just to give them a little bit of a taster before they meet the main line. I think we've got this regiment here. Again, on our far right now, gentlemen. That's more like it. Right, Ferguson riflemen. We've got two Ferguson riflemen. We put them in here as well. Just covering both flanks here again. Just skirmishing them, gentlemen.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Right away.
Well, let's put them here then, in the front, shall we? Let's put them let's put them along the front line here then.
Yes, sir. Skirmish order.
So they can skirmish here and they can protect the cannon here as well. We've got these gentlemen as well. Actually, probably best if we just pull these off the line then. And put them here to guard this line here. Be far more valuable.
Yes, sir. Right away.
That's more like it. I think... Well, look at that. We've got another Fusilier regiment here, which I think will hold... No, actually, we'll anchor this flank here with them. Close this flank off here. Now, look at these gentlemen here. There's a knock volley here. What's their range? I bet they'd be an absolute brute. Up front there. We might just put them in the trees here.
Right away.
Might probably be an easy target, so we'll put them on the flank here. See what they can do. We might be able to move them in. As you can see, their range is very, very small, but I bet you they pack a real punch. Could we put them here, I wonder? Oh, they're hidden as well. Oh, look at that. I bet they could give an absolute monstrous fight here. Look at that. Right. We're ready to go. Let's show the Spanish what we're made of here. Didn't. Look at that. Look at that. Straight away. Oh. Double time. Oh, Royal Cuirassier Guards. Spanish are not messing up. Look at that. They've been eviscerated, sir. Oh, what a shot! Oh, my compliments to the chef, sir. Oh, this is a joy. They've gone. Let's roll this flank up. Square! Let's be having you, lads. I thought they could catch us on the hop there, not a chance. Steady, lads. Wait for the order. Now, lads. Give them the volley. Got him on the run. Oh, no. There's up no path, sir. Oh, it's been an absolute rout. Oh, lads, get yourselves back into some kind of coherency here. What the blazes is there? So the lock gunners have gone, but my goodness me, what a fight that was along this flank. I didn't see this happening along this flank here. Oh, goodness, sound flashing here, sir. We've cleared this entire flank here, this entire, look at that, they're going so. We've had enough. The sheer power here of Britain is incredible. What the blazes is going on there? Get the bodyguard, lads, let's get the bodyguard. Cut them off. Got to push them hard. We've got to push them hard. General Farmy has done a wonderful fight here. Look at that. Oh, it's a brute. Oh dear. They've gone, they've shot, it's gone. They've completely routed here under British firepower. Oh, that's a wonder to see. If you want Paris, sir, it's going to cost you dear. Now we've got General Faramir's force still intact as well. Taking a few casualties, but still, look at that. That's a wonder. But these gentlemen are now being bloodied now. They're ready for the fight here against the Spanish proper. We've retaken Orleans here. I'm just going to replenish here. We're going to replenish these gentlemen as well. With us another force ready now. We're also going to move in against this force here.
Prepare for battle.
Yes, indeed. Let's take this fight. Let's take this fight, gentlemen. It's a wonder. We can absolutely thrash the Spanish here. We're going to show them what they've done. And these forces can actually move in into... yes, we're going to send these forces in into northern Italy. This British force can, and General Faramir and General Lincoln are going to be sent into northern Italy here to start really shake up the Spanish there as well. Let's show them what we're made of, sir. That's a huge firepower we got here. Look at the topography here. Look at the topography of the land here. Look at all the slope. Look at all the hills here. And again, once again, we've cut the road to Paris. In the distance, you can see Paris, my friends, right over in the distance. So road to Paris. You have to excuse me, my friends. One moment. You know who it might be. Sorry about that, my friends. Now, got to really take this Spanish force to task. More breech loaders here. Oh, look at that. That's a wonderful rifleman scout, sir. That's a wonder. Now, we have them in the vanguard here. We're up against quite a strong Spanish force here. We've got a lot of artillery at our disposal. That's an excellent start there. Lincoln. I think we'll have it just on the apex, on the base here of this sort of hill that started here, as you can see here. This slope, should I say. Let's move the forces out here so we can get a better angle. Now, the composition of the force is going to be crucial here. We've got a lot of breech loaders, so I think we'll have the Swiss Grenadier Guards here. Swiss Grenadiers here at the vanguard. We'll cut the road here. We've got a lot of cavalry which we'll use to prod and poke them into some kind of action here. Actually, we'll just set them a little bit further forward here, just away from the main gun. The gun line, I think we'll have, as we did before, we'll have 24 pounders here. We'll set them back, and let's put them in. Oh, that's a wonder. Just set these just slightly back here. We might have, we will definitely have some breech loaders in the front here. Got Swiss line as well. We do have another. Oh, look at that grenadier. Swiss grenadiers, another grenadiers here. We'll put them on this side of them here. That's more like it. We will cover them, the artillery, with these breech loaders. Put another artillery here. That's more like it. That's more like it, sir. Got 3 regiments of breech loaders, so these really are going to be sort of taking the initial punch from the Spanish. Swiss Guards definitely anchoring this left flank here. Look at that. Oh my goodness me, the Swiss Guards are an absolute joy to see. They really are. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's exceptional, sir. I think we need to just reconfigure this regiment here. Moving slightly forward. Let's put them closer to the guns here as well. That's more like it. Oh, look at the arc fire here. It's massive. Now, with the 42nd here on the right here, coming down the sort of the base of this slope here. 43rd. Again, we'll have them here on the left. Again, we're just starting to creep up this slope here.
Yes, sir.
We've got this artillery here, which is excellent to see.
Artillery reporting.
Let's just
Troops, on limber.
let's put them forward here a little. Gentlemen. Thank you. We'll also put these gentlemen into a group to have better control.
Orders.
Quick line.
Quick climb. Orders. Following orders.
We've got 2 more regiments here. Swiss line, 2 lots of Swiss line, which is excellent. We'll put them all right along the whole length. But what we will do is we'll just angle the here, because we know what will be coming along the flanks. Possibly another regiment here as well. We've got plenty of cavalry, which we will be using in one sort of
Yes, sir.
vanguard, as it were.
Right away. Yes, sir.
Again, just sealing off the flanks. Look at that for a defensive position. Now, we've also got these breech loaders now. Oh my goodness, look at the size of the... Oh, that's a joy to see. Now what we will do is we'll just set these gentlemen here.
Right away.
We'll set them
Yes, sir.
light infantry.
Loose formation.
Actually, we'll have
Form
them here.
up.
We will have them putting down stakes as well. Let's try and defend these.
Right away. Yes, sir. Right away.
Let's just push them a little bit back this way a bit.
Right away.
That's more like it. And then these gentlemen here as well.
Yes, sir. Following orders.
There's 2 overlapping there. Let's just push them back here a little bit here.
Right away. Yes, sir.
Oh, that's more like it. We've got a good defensive position here. We'll put stakes down to guard against this as well. We'll have the stakes staggered, as you can see here. But again, that's a good defensive, rock solid defensive line here. Good artillery support. And our cavalry here, which is just a wonder. We'll put them on the extreme left here. Let's give the Spanish a damn good thrashing here. Let's begin. Oh, look at that. There's a lot of Spanish here, sir. They've got a lot. That's a lot of provincial. Oh, shattered already, sir. You dare to move against Britain, sir? Steady, lad, steady. There's a lot of cavalry moving here. A tremendous amount. Stakes, gentlemen, stakes. Here they come, here they come.
Artillery reporting.
Square! Good grief, that's a lot of cavalry coming down the flanks. Completely flank around us here. Got them, sir. We got them. Oh, that's a good shot, sir. You want fire support? We'll give you some fire support. Now the cannon's going to go. Stay in square, lads. Ah, they've lost it. Look at that. That was a heck of a fight down there. I don't mind admitting this, we got them. Oh, we got them, sir. That was a heck of a fight. Look at this flank here. Luckily we have these wonderful Swiss Grenadiers on the flank here. Breech loaders did a wonderful job, sir. We commend General Lincoln's forces, sir. Get back in line, sir. Get back in line, lads. Well done. This is going on here. We lost some artillery, but that's about it. Especially after that massive massive amount of damage. Goodness me. That'll show the Spanish what they're made of. We are going to get in behind these. Oh, they're organising, lads. Chance, don't give him a chance. Of course they're losing slightly. Oh, look at that, a complete obliteration. These breech loaders, they did a fabulous job. They even stood here and took the hit there from that cavalry. That's bravery, sir. And these spikes, these stakes certainly make difference. Look at the reach. That's extraordinary. That is extraordinary. Put the pressure on them, break them. Don't you break, lads. Gone. They took a your hammer in there, they just sort of like. So let's finish them off. We got them. We've had enough as well. Look at that, and a complete obliteration of that Spanish force. You threatened Britain, sir. This is what you pay the price. We lost one regiment. That's a battle and a half there, sir. My goodness me, what a fight that was. What a fight. 492 lost. The entire army is almost obliterated. Look at the Swiss Grenadiers. Look at the Swiss Guards. We commend you, sir. They think that's the last of that. They don't think so. No, we're going to move in. We're definitely going to moving into northern Italy here. Without a shadow of a doubt, we're going to deal with this general. That gentleman could be dealt with, but I think what we will do is we'll bring this army to full strength. I think we replenish and repair these here. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I don't think so, sir. I don't think so. No chance. That, friends, was an excellent episode. It really was. We've done a wonderful job there of clearing, and also look at the reinforcements around Naples. Now, if they try and take Naples, it'll cost them dear. It'll cost them dear, mark my words. Get some more reinforcements in there as has been requested. Also, we've got to move some forces, some ships here. I think what we will do is we'll try and clear this. What have they put into here? They've put some additional forces out of these. They've got into here. I think what we will do is we'll send in this General Kavanagh, Admiral Kavanagh, I beg your pardon. I think we'll clear Bristol. And that, my friends, is how we're going to begin next episode. I hope you've enjoyed this episode, my friends. As always, thank you, all of you, for your wonderful advice, your wonderful tactics, your strategies. They really have driven this campaign incredibly well. They really have. We've still got a lot more to act upon. If you haven't seen your plans and your strategies acted out just yet, my friends, trust me, they will definitely. The council is the absolute backbone of this council and of this campaign, and all others as well. I'd like to thank all of you for your wonderful support. I do apologise for the sort of the length of the time it takes to get my different episodes out, my friends, but lots of things happening behind the scenes unfortunately draws my time away. But I hope whatever you're doing, please be safe, my friends. I hope you're being safe in these difficult times. Whatever you're doing, as always, my friends, look out for yourselves, look out for your families and everybody else. But as main thing, please be safe. But until next time, my friends, bye for now.